lazy bastards. Welcome back to the Kimball compound for the Andre Corbiel Show. And we're going to talk a little bit about the challenge that Jim Cornette has for Vince Russo. Yes, our old boss, Vince Russo, that never gave a shit about anything and just used us basically. So Jim Cornette, being an older guy than Vince Russo, is offering a challenge to meet him at a place with no cops, no guns, no knives, and they're just gonna duke it out. Jim Cornette wants to beat his ass. And now on this podcast, if you guys have not heard it yet, he pretty much is committing a crime here, saying that what he'll do and what's gonna happen if they do meet face to face. But there's a lot of good stuff in this with calling out the integrity of Vince Russo, the fraud that he is, and the lowlife that he is. Vince Russo he's using up everything that he possibly can now because nobody will hire him. TNA, Dixie Carter had to hide that she was using him in creative and paying him, and he lost out on that once Spike found out. They were pissed off. They had to let that out of there. And anyway, that says a lot when a TV network refuses to work with somebody and the owner of the company has to hide it. That says a lot about a man. Wow. So there's some things that Vince Russo did well, and there's a lot that he did bad. I think the number one thing, though, is how he uses people, and he doesn't really give a shit about anyone but himself. So, selfish, maybe, who knows, but I do believe that he needs to obviously earn money to, make a living, but sitting around doing his little podcast and using up the youth on YouTube to try to boost his YouTube following is not the way to do it. Maybe if he paid a little more attention to the people that he's, using and didn't quite use them, maybe he would be a little more successful. But Jim Cornette made a lot of points, and I'm going to play a little snippet for you.
So, not only will I come to you, not only will I meet you in a neutral location with no cops, no guns, no knives, just the two of us, but I'm going to have $5,000 in cash with me because I got that, Vince, unlike you.
He's offering him $5,000.
You don't have to bring anything. You don't even have to bring a ham sandwich. I'm going to have $5,000 in cash with me, and you can have it if you can take it away from me. So what do I got to do? You fucking fraud, you gutless coward. Do I have to call your wife a crack whore?
Anyway, he gets going on and on and on. But if anything were to happen, Vince Russo would have this as, to take to the police or whatever the hell if they ever had a problem. So it's kind of, I don't know. But the point is, Jim Cornette despises Vince Russo so much, he went to the lengths of doing this. And that is a lot of hatred. Wow. Just amazing. So what do you guys think? Jim Cornette, Vince Russo, if they really did come down to fisticuffs, who would take out the other? Do you think Jim Cornette would just blast him with his racket? That would be hilarious. And then you would have Vince Russo show up with his fucking Viagra on a pole, start swinging that shit. It actually could be a funny thing if it was recorded, but Jim Cornette wants it, no one there, just the two of them in a neutral place and just duke it out. Nobody gives a fuck after the end of it, and they go their separate ways. Yeah, hey, man to man, let's do it. But I would love to see it, and Jim Cornette does not want it, to be aired. They don't, because he doesn't want Vince Russo to gain anything from it. So, but it would be a match to see. Remember that old show, Celebrity Deathmatch? That was funny. They should do this. I don't even know if they do that show. It was like 20 years ago, but they should come back from retirement if they are retired and do a celebrity death match anyway. Between the two, just come up with some funny, hilarious gimmicks in it and just have a blast. Jim Cornette versus Vince Russo. Book it. Hell yeah, guys. It would be fun to watch. And go check out Jim Cornette's podcast if you want to hear the full thing and see how much the dude hates Vince Russo. Holy shit. I can't wait for Vince Russo's response on this to see where it goes. And will he actually do as Jim Cornette asked and see what happens. He could get $5,000 richer if he can beat his ass. And Vince Russo's a pretty big guy, a little older now, but he's a tall dude. Got a little size to him, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, it was a fun week, and I will catch you guys here on the Andre Corbio Show next week for show number 90.